Good morning. It's me from the Budget Life. So I'm going to go over kind of August budget and accountability. So we're at, oh gosh, what is it today? The 8th of August. So I just wanted to kind of go through and be like, okay, this is what our plan budget was, and then the actual totals that we are at so far for the month. Just to kind of give you an idea of how we work it. Okay, so we have a little bit of a lower expected income this month. Because we were out of town visiting family, so we did have to take a couple vacation days, and my fiance hasn't quite qualified for paid time off yet with his job, so we're lowballing it just in case. I don't know if he actually gets it or not, so we're just gonna lowball and say, okay, he missed 3 days of work, so we're gonna budget out that money and not include it in our total income. He will be getting paid later in the month for a couple hours at his side gig that he worked this past Sunday and will be working on again on Friday. So we'll get a little bit of a bonus there. Okay, but we'll start off with how much our actual paychecks for this month. So for this one, his actual first paycheck was actually $10.31 and some odd cents. I don't remember exactly what that was. Mine was $6.25. So far we're doing okay. We got another week or so before we get these other paychecks though, so we're not going to include those. These are our fixed expenses. These never change, so that's fine. Groceries. Since we were out of town, we really had to we were out of town for about 5 days in the middle or near the tail end of July, so we budgeted a little extra this month. Normally our grocery budget is around $250 or $300. So we budgeted $320 this month just to help restock a lot of stuff in our freezer, in our pantry as well. So far we have spent $241.66, which means we have 78. Let's do this. We have 78.34 remaining for the rest of the month, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot of money, but this was a big Costco trip, so I picked up about 20 pounds of meat. I picked up a case of diced tomatoes. I picked up a bunch of vegetables and things like that as well that'll last us a while, because some of them are frozen and some can be frozen as they start to go. I picked up a case of eggs. We eat a lot of eggs, so we usually get about 6 or 7 dozen a month total, so we'll usually get a case of 5 dozen eggs at the beginning of the month or in the middle of the month, and then get a couple dozen here as we go, just because it ends up being a little bit cheaper to get them in bulk like that. What else did I get? Oh, I restocked our coffee. I restocked a bunch of stuff, so yeah. On the same Costco trip, I also bought a dog food, but I made sure I split that out because that doesn't count as our groceries, that counts as pet care. And so that was actually only $36.31. We had $3.69 remaining, so that was kind of nice. Clothing, it was a little higher this month. My fiance and I, we have a 10K coming up on Saturday, and his shoes are kind of failing on him, and when we were on our trip, I picked up a new pair of running shoes as well, so we knew it was time for him, because we usually end up getting them around the same time of year. So we budgeted about $125 for that, but he was able to find some on sale, so they were actually only $88.20, so good find for him. His glasses definitely need to be replaced. They've been falling apart. I've already repaired them 3 times in the past 6 months, so they're pretty scratched up. So we set up an eye appointment, and we budgeted this amount based off of some of his previous visits. So before he had insurance and things like that, it would usually be about $400, $475, depending on what frames he picked from one of the places here in town. But he has insurance now, so it actually only ended up being $181.60, which means we had, do the math down here, a little over 200 extra, so that's awesome. So far we're doing pretty good on our budget for the month. We aren't going to have a lot of other clothing expenses, so that is awesome. 218.40. So we'll still have 218.40 that I'm actually going to go here. Because that is definitely helpful for that. Miscellaneous spending, we're a little high on that one right now just because I forgot we had to do the race fees, but we're at 113, so I'm gonna do that in red because we went over for miscellaneous spending. So we're at 113.90. So since we had a little extra here, I might just bump that up to 140, just because I know we have a couple other unexpected expenses coming up, but we'll see where we're at. So we'll just subtract 13 and 90 out of that total as well. But normally with our budget we usually will have, okay, that's the total here. So the total here we have, for this month it's a more expensive month for us, so normally we have a little bit more remaining. But so this was our total remaining after adding up our fixed expenses and our variable spending budget, which was $1,002.75. But it looks like we have a little extra because of that, so let me do some math down here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me move it just in case. 75 plus 218 so 1,221.15, and then we'll subtract that 1,390 from it. So the amount we have here now is actually going to be 1207.25. I'm just going to leave the bonuses in these areas just in case, because really we almost have like another $100, but I don't want to apply it to any loan payments and stuff until we know for sure. I'm just going to check something. Okay, still recording. Awesome, because sometimes you never know. All right, so beginning of, or after we made all of our loan payments for July, we had about a balance of $2,014.87 remaining on our last loan. We did get an unexpected gift from family in July, so we applied that towards our loan payment when we got back, and then we applied almost all of this paycheck to our loan payment this time around. So we paid $1,000 total, but because the budgeting app I'm working with for my loan payment doesn't always add in the interest, I just did that so the number would be matching what it was on the actual federal loan website. So we paid $1,000, $500 basically from that paycheck and $500 from the extra money we got, but we just kind of called it a wash. And so we just left basically the $500 and some odd dollars in our checking account, and used almost all of that towards this loan payment. So our new balance due is $1,024.87. So of this number here, of the $1,207.25, we need to subtract, I think it's just straight $500, and that'll give me how much left we have to pay on the loan this month. But we might have another $100 if we really keep this on budget, which I'm thinking we can do. But I'm also hoping this paycheck's a little higher because I would love to just have this be completely done by the end of the month. So that's kind of been our goal, is to start September off debt free, because we're getting married in September and we're cash flowing the wedding, and we really don't want that debt. And it's a cheap wedding. So anyway, subtracting that would be 7, yeah, 212 minus 5. Yeah, 7. So $707.25. So ideally, once we get our next set of paychecks, so around, I'm just putting 816, that way we know everything goes through. We should be able to make a payment of $707.25 here, which would be able to bring that down to 2, 6, 7. I'm having a mental thing. Okay, yeah, 3. So ideally that's all we'll have left, but who knows? I'm kind of hoping that my fiance qualified for paid time off, because that would give us an extra $250 for that. And then if we keep this on budget, that's like an extra 35, an extra 4. And if we keep on our budget on groceries and really only spend like 30 of that, we should be able to pay this off completely by the end of the month. But we'll see where our numbers are at in our actual checking account and things like that. But so far, this is where we're at with the budget. We only went over on miscellaneous so far, and we're doing pretty good. But this is great because this means, if anything else, we will definitely have this loan paid off with our first paychecks of next month and still be able to cash flow our wedding, because I'm trying to do our entire wedding for under $1,000. And so far we're staying on track with that, because we're doing a potluck and we're basically just providing some booze for people. And we found my fiance's suit at a thrift store, and it was a really good find because it was a Givenchy, and we got it for $10. So I'm calling that a win. And if we decide we don't like that suit on him, we do have another one we scored a couple years ago as well. So, or I guess a summer and a half ago. So, but yeah, we are having a good time. This is our budget. This is our budget for August. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns or thoughts. Yeah, and I know I mentioned in our last video we kind of live in an expensive area, so that's kind of why groceries are so high for 2 people, because really we're lucky if we can find any vegetable for under $2 or $3 a pound here, because we're in Alaska, at least where I'm at. So Costco is the best place for us to get our fruits and vegetables at the moment. Every now and then there's some good deals here and there, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of weird going over somebody else's finances, but I don't know, maybe it's helpful for you to see where you're at and what you need to fix and what you need to work on, or maybe you don't need to work on anything. But yeah, let me know. Thank you. Bye.